welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey!
All the way from London.
Folks?
Okay, so.
Good morning, USA. Good morning and namaste.
Welcome, welcome. So, we're just going to welcome everyone as we take our time to have everyone come in. I'm just going to have Prash just say a little bit about himself, introduce himself. But welcome so much. Welcome, Prash. We welcome you to our Judith Morales Insight space. Thank you for bringing us your London, all the way from London, England, your sunshine, your energy. Thank you so much. We would just love to really start with just a short meditation from you, if that's possible. Or if you feel like worshiping, however the Spirit leads you.
Oh yeah. So nice to be here, first of all. Judith, what can I say, folks? Firstly, it's an honor to be here with this lovely soul. She passionately cares about the people in her network, social network, physical network, whichever network. And you know, one thing I've learned in 50 years on this planet, I just finished my 50th birthday last week even. When I turned 50 last week, I recognized that are we not in our own way seed plant? Are we not those who nourish others? Are we not spiritual gardeners, people who are nourishing and nurturing through our lives when we give, when we contribute? And I feel that this is Judith is doing through her works, and I'm sure each and every one of you tuned in here or watching this on the replay, meditate. Join me in this moments of meditation. A deep breath. Close your eyes so that you can turn your inner eyes on and focus those senses that are usually plugged in with the outside world and draw your attention inwards and focus on one event that you are grateful for right now. I know you can picture it, feel it. If you're not a pictures person, you'll feel it. You might even take a second deep breath and now think of another thing or person or situation that you are grateful for. As it comes to your mind, let it envelop you, let it catch you. Let it enchant you. Then how could such goodness have landed in your life? Maybe you played a part in it. Maybe it came to you though you felt you were not worthy. Or maybe it was just there all along and you needed to recognize its existence in your life. And as you do this, I want you to recognize that you play a part, as do we all, in the unfolding of our destiny. The unfolding of our destiny. Right here where we are on a Sunday afternoon, with the week coming upon us soon, Judith decides to bring this guy from across the ocean, this little Indian boy who's been living in London since he was 1971. And look where he is today. Look where you are today. Destiny is unfolding.
Very, very true. One of the greatest things, though, Prash, about us and about our connection, actually, it was brought together by the Holy Spirit, right? I mean, because here you are, and you are actually all the way in London, and I'm all the way in New Jersey, and here we are, connected, right? And we're able to share on the same platform, spiritually speaking. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I believe that that's exactly what it should be all about. I'm from Haiti, you're from India, but yet we have so many things in common. One of the things that I admire about you is just your freedom to just share, but your heart, your sincerity. I wanted to have you come out and really share with people the reasons why you started Urban Spirituality, the reason why you started many of the organizations that you are in now, and why you left your job and you're doing this full time. Can you share with us that?
Thank you for that question. Due to the way life has dealt blows in my life, the way life has chosen to send lessons my way, starting with losing my mum at a young age, my grandmother, who was very dear to me, who was bedridden, and then my grandfather, my father, who died in my arms in 1998, losing most of my family members and finding death so soon in my younger years taught me to go inwards and look upwards. But it didn't happen until I went into a path of self-destructiveness, gangs, bullying, being bullied first and then bullying later. Many challenges, and I thought I would find happiness and belonging and respect, some charalismo, as they would say in Latino, a little respecta, through gangs and through being tough and hard. It didn't come. It just led to suffering. And in the famous words of the Yoda from Star Wars, you know, desire, he says fear leads to, but it's actually desire leads to fear, fear leads to envy, envy leads to anger, anger leads to suffering. And I found myself falling down a path of suffering. It's happened again and again. Until I eventually came across a monk in the middle of a street who presented with me with a book and gave me a half an hour time of his day to express wisdom that struck a chord. At that time, I was on this parallel journey of beginning to explore jazz, blues, and gospel music. And the power of gospel music started to speak to me. The power of ancient Indian philosophy started to come in my life. That then started to make me think that the answer lies inside and upwards rather than what I was doing in this destructive way. And so instead of following the path of an alcoholic father who had a good heart but who expressed himself and found solace through alcohol and gambling, but who was a good man inside but was lost to the ways of Maya, illusion, my friends. Those of you who come from a different tradition, Maya means illusion. Some may refer to it as Shaitan, but it's actually illusion, the illusory energy. I found myself turning to a more transcendental approach to finding happiness. But of course, bellies need to be fed, bills needed to be paid, and on an $12,000 salary, my old man's money wouldn't cut it, not to mention his debts. So I started to take 3 jobs, go to university, learn how to cook, be a housewife, a son, and a big brother, and a student of life, all in one somehow.
Wow.
And through those years, I was able to find a way to bring in some money, find a practical way to navigate through life, share what I was learning with other people, start to give rather than get from the world. And the more I gave, the more I started to see my place in the world as a giver and a student of philosophy, a recipient of wisdom, but also a beacon of light, a beacon of a little bit of wisdom for people in my own way. And that then led to a journey of studying different types of spiritual literature from the various world traditions, philosophy, personal development, a lot of people from the classics like Waldo Emerson, Thoreau, Socrates, many different inspirers along the way. And through that, and then through the love of music and gospel and jazz, I found a way to express myself and to enlighten myself bit by bit by bit by bit. And that gradually led to the culmination of what I call urban spirituality. Urban spirituality is the idea that I had, the brainchild, that we can take spirituality and make it accessible and available in more practical, more softer ways with people with still enough street cred and practicality that it can be useful to people, and universally enough that people of any race, religion or creed can tap into that jar of honey that I call spirituality, lift the jar lid open, dip the fingers in and lick that spiritual honey, that nectar. Everybody should be allowed, not just the Christians, not just the Hindus, everyone should be allowed.
Amen. That is amazing. That is amazing. I love to hear that. I love to hear your journey, because it actually, a lot of us believe that life should happen easily, right? A lot of us believe that there will be no challenges, but you've been through some really hard challenges. Like, I don't even want to begin to imagine what it's like to have your own father die in your hands. My grandmother died in my mother's arms. Even her whole process of dying was hard for me. So I cannot imagine what you had to go through to come over emotionally all of that, and not allowing it to keep you back. So I wanted to share that with our audience, because the you that I see now, I would never imagine, wow, this guy has gone through all this, because you're so upbeat, positive, you have accomplished so much, and you've given so much. I want to ask you, with all these challenges, how has meditation helped? One of the issues that my audience is having, and we have people as you do from all over the world, is they are having issues meditating properly. So many teachers, so many instructions. How do they now come to the point of, as beginner meditators, what would be a good step for them to do to start the process?
Let me say this. Let me say several contributions that might be of service. One is the practical consideration. That is to say, one must at least commit to attempt to meditate. That is to find the time. So one is a practical consideration. That is scheduling a bit of time. If you can, ideally schedule. Now, people typically get put off meditation either in the attempt to find the time to do the meditation, or they get derailed during the meditation, or they get derailed after the meditation because of the lack of results. It's the three areas where people get delayed. So let me offer some ideas for each of those three. So with number one, people who are getting derailed by not even getting to the act of meditation. The mind is a great trickster. It'll trick you into everything, saying, well, we know meditation's good, but yeah, we'll get to it later because there's so many things. Or it will say, you're just not ready, you're not qualified, you need a teacher. Every single trick the mind will provide, and it will disguise it as it's something good for you. That's the mind's unique ability. It can disguise things that are actually not good for you as in a package that sounds like it's actually for your own good. What you've got to do is recognize that that's the mind's game and just say, you know what, good, bad, ugly, black, white, rich, poor, Muslim, Christian, Hindu, I'm just going to find 10 minutes right in between the baseball game. Find 10 minutes, go sit down and meditate. So find the time. That is to say, create the time. So it could be as little as 10 or 15 minutes. It could be even as little as 5 minutes in the beginning. So my first tip is recognize the mind's tricks to try and derail your meditation. And secondly, commit to even just 5 minutes of playing around with the idea. Don't let this minimum 20 or 30 minutes fool you into inaction. Even pick 5 minutes. Okay, so that's the first hurdle. By the way, don't get precious. Don't say I'm going to do it every day for 5 minutes, for 30 minutes. I say just pick a couple of slots. So if you're really struggling with that, just say I'm just going to grab 5 minutes. I'm going to meditate. If you're a little bit further down the line, sure, then go pick your 15 or 30 minute slots. Find them 4 or 6 times a week. Find little spots in the day where you're less likely to have traffic. We cross the road when the traffic is less. Now, step number 2 is when you get into the meditation, people get derailed. Simple thing. Don't try so hard to meditate. Whatever happens and you fall off the wagon, pick yourself up and keep walking. Y'all ever seen a baby walk? You see a baby walk, baby's walking, the baby keeps falling down. Look, Judith, you know, when your toddler was young and he was trying to walk and he kept falling down, did you say, after about the 10th time, you said, you know what, I forget about it. Let's just forget about walking. Would you ever do that? No, you're gonna say, my kid's gonna keep walking until he walks. Right. That's what he's gonna do. Same thing. So when we're coming to meditation, why take any other approach? So that is to say, if you keep falling down, don't give up. What we want to do is in that meditation, you can pick a style of meditation. You can have a guided meditation like from Headspace or an app, or Judith, you and I have resources we can share, or find one on YouTube, plenty of meditations. You could do a sound-based meditation where you're listening to a sound. You could do a mantra meditation, my personal favorite, and you chant a mantra, any mantra. Whether if you're a religious tradition, find a mantra in your particular religion. Find a mantra and just listen to the sound of that mantra, that spiritual sound vibration. Or you could do a silent one where you're focusing on your breath. Pick a style, go into it for 5 minutes. Each time you fall down, the toddler falls down, pick yourself back up and get back into it. Each time you do it, what you're doing on a neurological level is you're starting to create new neural connections and train your brain to fire, that is to become more calm and more conducive to sit within the groove of meditation. But it doesn't happen if you give up at the first attempt or the 10th attempt. We all got to go for 100 times. Thomas Edison style, right? Colonel Sanders KFC style. They tried that I'm vegan, by the way. I don't endorse that guy. But you know, like go 100 times. They had to fail 100 times before they got a green light.
Exactly.
You're going to be prepared to fail multiple times. कोशिश करूंगे. If you're listening from India, in Judith, I know you've got some friends in India there. आपका कोशिश करूंगे. वो कोशिश कर सकते हैं. तो सफर हो सकते हैं. अब अगर तो क्या बात है? तो give up कर सकते हैं. No, असंभव. You have to keep continuing. And then the third thing is, if those of you are trying meditation but you're not getting the results, there's a simple advice given from the Bhagavad Gita. Give up the attachment to the result. Stop being attached to the result of what you're going to get. Embrace the journey. Just embrace the act of meditation, because all the good things that will come, and I'm sure there's many biblical verses that speak to this. Matthew speaks about this, I'm pretty sure, that if you give up the attachment to that, let go, let God. So it is that with meditation. We have to let go, let flow, and not look forward to the results of the meditation. The peace, the happiness, the clarity of mind are all side effects of the act of meditation. No matter how imperfect it is, they will gradually follow. So my advice for those of you who are already meditating but falling down is, don't give up, keep doing it. Don't be attached to the results, but be attached to the intention and the heart with which you do the meditation. Be attached to that, but not to the result.
Exactly. Well said, Prash. Two things. If anyone has any questions for Prash, you can actually type the questions in the comments. Can you share with us the different formats where we can actually reach you, right? Especially your podcast. Oh my goodness. I've done all of them. I've listened to literally all of them. And especially the one with Davey. My God, I was just like, what?
It will be a pleasure for those of you who, I want to say this before I give that response. Every single one of us, there's something that we all have in common. No matter what race or religion or faith we are, there's one thing that we have in common. That is that as creatures, as human beings, as well as animals, we all have to eat. We have to consume. We have to eat some kind of. Here's the thing. As humans, we're all having to eat. And in that way, we're all unified. But here's the beautiful thing. Most of us think about eating as just an activity that is done through our mouth. Actually, we consume through our eyes and ears too. When we recognize that these eyes and ears are powerful avenues to consume, and that the diet that we consume through what we see and hear has an even more profound effect on the results that we get, the emotions that we have, and the outcomes that we want, the more we can realize that we have the power to take that control back in ourselves. And that is why I want to invite you that alongside whatever you do in your churches, in your mosques, in your temples, or in your homes, wherever you are, whether you're faith or non-faith based, why not embrace the power of technology for the good? As much harm and damage as technology can and does do, and we often bemoan technology, we're zoomed out, we're digitized out, we're too much Netflix, our children are playing too many computer games, etc. Why not use technology in a good way? And I think one of the best ways to use technology is to listen to podcasts or YouTube videos that are empowering, so that way we can feed our eyes, consume through our eyes and ears something positive. And that's what I've tried to do with my humble offering of Urban Spirituality, the podcast called Urban Spirituality. If you Google it, Urban Spirituality Podcast, you'll find it on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Android, Windows, all the platforms, Amazon Music now as well, and Audible. It's all over the place, and I've had the privilege of interviewing people from around the world, different faiths, cultures, scientific, technological, educational backgrounds, share their life journey and wisdom along the way. And that is available to you all. So perhaps while you're out doing your work, doing your walk, doing your household chores, now you can start to consume more powerful stuff through the ears that would empower you and empower the people that are close to you by the wisdom that you learn through podcasts such as Urban Spirituality and others as well. That is my invitation. Secondly, Judith, they can find on YouTube. Folks, check out Urban Spirituality on YouTube. The channel is there. There are plenty of videos where I'm sharing short and practical wisdom. I have 30 years of corporate experience and life behind me, so I tend to make my videos short, punchy, insightful, and practical. And that's the idea of Urban Spirituality, for it to be usable. You go, take it and go and use it. So that's what we try and do.
Very good. I loved having you. I really loved interviewing you, and I'm hoping maybe, I don't know, where the Holy Spirit will guide us in the future. Hopefully we can definitely do this again. Well, we've learned a lot from yesterday to today. It was amazing, an amazing experience. My God. But we're going to end with a little specialty of Prash, because Prash is multifaceted, okay? Which I love. I love that. So we're going to end with, I don't know, what do you feel, like a song?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little song. And I'm gonna sing a little bit, folks. That's what I'm feeling here. And this is a little inspiration for those of you to turn to the Spirit, to God, to the universe, if you wish to refer to God that way. And let's see how it goes here, my friends. I hope you enjoy it. It's just sung impromptu for all of you. And I leave you with this so you can enjoy. And here it goes. Let's see how it goes here, my
You played my favorite, yeah.
You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. We say, Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. 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 That is who you are.
Shukriya. Thank you. We were getting a lot of hearts. Thank you so much, Prash. It was an honor.
Vous êtes très gentil. Vous êtes très gentil. Merci beaucoup pour,
de rien.
pour votre agréable.
Enjoy your day, and I am so looking forward to. I'm feeling in the spirit that we're going to reschedule another one, maybe in a month.
We will schedule some goodness and just let this go out and share, and people enjoy, learn, and remember, each one teach one, each one reach one. And when we do that, we magnify the goodness in our lives and the lives of the other people around us.
Thank you, Prash. Have a good one.
All right.